morning, Rosemary and Nicole. Good morning, Frank and Mary. Good morning to everyone from Unity Athens. Isn't it a beautiful day outside? Good morning, Bibi. Good morning, Rosemary and Rosie. Music is from Jennifer Farron. Namaste. Good morning, Bibi and Michelle. Good morning, Martha. Namaste. This is a great song to sing along with. My soul on high celebrates you, Unity Athens, and all our friends and people watching this morning. Good morning, Virginia and Peggy. Namaste. Good morning, Maggie. Feel free to share this live stream with your friends, and please send up a heart or a message if you're able, or if you'd like. That song is from Jennifer Farron, and we've got another song from Jennifer coming right up. This is Unity Athens and Reverend Bronte Colbert. So delighted you're with us this morning. Kevin Thompson is here with me, running the sound and the camera and the phone and everything else. Good morning, Kenny. Namaste to everyone. If you'd like, you can note what you're grateful for this morning, this beautiful month of October.
Feel it
morning, Betty. And Mary Connor. What's everyone grateful for this morning? I'm grateful for this sunshine and a brand new month. I'm grateful that we are able to connect with everyone this way on Sunday mornings. What are you grateful for? Oh, let's take a deep breath. Let it go. Get comfortable as we prepare for another Sunday live stream here at Unity Athens. I'm Reverend Bronte Colbert. So good to see you all. Good morning, Nancy and Mary Connor. Peggy. We have an opening prayer today by our prayer chaplain, Martha Cook. So if you would like, get comfortable and relaxed and just start to feel the energy of that as we join with Martha in prayer.
Together now, let's breathe into our heart space and drop into prayer. We open our hearts to our God within, and we remember our oneness with Spirit. We feel and we know the presence of God's love and wisdom and comfort that is always available to us here in our sacred heart space. Here in this place of divine peace and divine strength, we can let go of all concerns, and we can feel God's loving presence filling our bodies and our energy fields. We can feel divine love flowing through us, enfolding us, holding us, soothing and comforting and reassuring us. We can know ourselves as one with the divine, and we can know that all that we need is ours here. In prayer, we can know a deep peace and serenity and a deep nurturing love. We can know our own wisdom and clarity. We can know our true strength. We can know true comfort and ease. We are so grateful for this deep knowing, and we are so thankful that in this place of oneness, we can know that all is truly well. And so it is. Amen.
And so it is. Amen. Take another deep breath, if you will, and let it go. Again, we are at Unity Athens, live streaming our Sunday celebration. So glad to see you all. Please feel free to share this live stream or invite a friend or put up a like or a heart or leave a little message where you might be watching from today, what you're grateful for. The reading of the daily word this morning is by Rosemary Segretti. We're always so grateful for these volunteers reading and sending prayer.
Hi everyone. The daily word is fearless. I am fearless as I live authentically. In the past, I may have hidden my inner light, afraid to be myself. I may have tried to please others by conforming to someone else's idea of who I should be. I may have shrunk from an aspiration, fearing that I would fail in pursuit of my goal. I may have doubted the divine perfection at the core of my spiritual self, identifying with my perceived flaws and feeling small and inadequate. Today I make a new choice. I choose to live fearlessly, drawing upon my faith to believe in myself, my imagination to envision my best life, and my understanding to know my divinity. Bold and brave, I am fearless as I live my life authentically, pursue my dreams, and express my divine nature. And from Deuteronomy 31, verse 6, be strong and bold, have no fear or dread, because it is the Lord your God who goes with you. He will not fail you or forsake you. Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin, for moving the mic and the phone and the camera around. So grateful. Good morning, everyone. I can hear your good mornings. They're coming through the ethers. So glad to see so many people joining us already. I think we had over 100 views last Sunday. Not that we're counting. Oh yeah, we do count sometimes. But again, welcome to Unity Athens. We're so delighted to be able to share this experience from our beautiful sanctuary here in Bell's Plaza in Athens, Georgia, out to you in so many places. Namaste, as Jennifer Farron said, we behold the light in you. We see that place in you of light and love, of joy and compassion and zeal and energy and God's stuff. And when you are in that place and you, and we are in that place and we, or I am in that place and I, we are one. We feel that oneness energy today. And we have some announcements this morning. Yay, announcements. Tomorrow, which is Monday, October 5th. Yes, it's October. I'm still working on that. From 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock here at Bell's Plaza, outside our sanctuary, we will be having a booklet and blessing event once again. We've been doing these about once a month, and we're going to increase it a bit. We'll have the newest Unity booklet on prayer to hand out and some blessings. So you won't be coming in, but there is a way that we can come out. If I have a volunteer or two, that's still open. Give you a booklet and a blessing. You can remain in your car as you receive your blessing. If you want to roll down the window in the back, roll down. If you want to put down the window in the back, we can put the booklet in your back seat, or you can pop your trunk. If you're doing safety distancing, we can put it in your trunk, or we can hand it to you if you like. We're adding this feature that if it's a beautiful day tomorrow, which I'm assuming it will be, and you want to bring along a chair, there's places here in the parking lot where we can kind of separate and put some chairs out at a distance to have conversation. Or like what happened the last time we did this a few weeks ago, you can actually talk car to car. And I hope you'll consider coming by between 5 and 7. You can make a donation then if you'd like, but there's no need to. The booklets are free, but we always do appreciate donations. So that is tomorrow. Peggy's Sunday Zoom groups will be later in the month, I believe 2 Sundays from now. Peggy, I see that you're online if you want to remind people of that exact date. That is before the service and after. Other things going on, please avail yourself of the multiple offerings and inspirational things that are on unity.org. That is the main Unity organization website. There is a whole new section on the 12 powers, and we're very delighted here at Unity Athens that I was able to rewrite the meditation for each power for each month, and that is now up on the website. You can search for that or just go to unity.org and look for 12 powers. And we're talking about zeal today, and I want to share a quote from Charles Fillmore from The Revealing Word. Zeal, intensity, ardor, enthusiasm, the inward fire of the soul that wages humankind onward, regardless of the intellectual mind of caution and conservatism, zeal, intensity, ardor, enthusiasm, the inward fire of the soul that wages us onward. Can you feel the energy of that? We'll talk some more about zeal today. Other announcements can be found in our monthly e-newsletter. If you're not getting that, let us know, or you can go to our website, UnityAthens.com, and there's a link there to sign up for the newsletter, or you can send us an email at UnityAthens@gmail.com. The Thursday class is continuing on Emily Cady. It'll be our last Thursday this week. We're talking about her book, How I Use Truth. We've already finished Lessons in Truth. And there'll be a new book Thursday group starting in a few weeks. We haven't set the date nor the book yet, but stay tuned and you can find out more about that later. Not officially yet, but every October, we have a wonderful Halloween celebration. And we're not going to be able to do that in person this year. We haven't set any date for opening the doors for people to worship here together on Sundays. So we're thinking about ways to celebrate Halloween. A couple of things you might want to consider doing on that Sunday just before Halloween. You might want to dress up at home while we're doing our Sunday service and send us a picture. Or you might want to send a picture of yourself in costume ahead of time. We can do a photo collage of that. Or you might want to send a picture of a pumpkin you've carved, and we'll celebrate and perhaps get some decorations around the church of your photos. And that is it for the announcements. Yay, end of announcements. For meditation this morning, just a reminder that our meditations here do contain several moments of deep silence. We do that because we believe that in that silence, in that deep quietude, we feel and allow even more fully our connection to the divine. I hope you practice meditation at home. Sometimes it can be just for a few moments, just turning everything off, the news, the worries, any concerns, the busyness of life, and just turning within. Because when we do that, it not only allows us to receive guidance in those moments, but as we continue with the somewhat busyness of our days, might be a nudge, might be a song lyric, it might be a word from a friend, it might be an inclination, a little push to pick up a particular book or something you've written or something you have on a desk or a table. And in those nudges is often the very positive paths forward that we are looking for when we practice zeal and our other spiritual principles. So if you would now at this time, and if you'd like to get comfortable however you feel that, some of us like to have our feet on the floor, feeling that energy from Mother Earth. Call it earthing or grounding, where we can actually feel those healing ions coming up from our beloved planet and into our bodies, healing anything that might feel like it can use healing. And we can send that energy out to our world, to those on our minds and on our hearts. We include anyone that might be feeling illness today or many, many people that are dealing with the appearance of dis-ease or dysfunction from the virus, including the President and Melania. We send love to everybody because in that sending of love and well-being, it returns to us. Our thoughts go out and come back magnified. So as I play some meditation music from here, let's become still. Relax. Think about our breathing. Taking deep breaths and holding them just as long as we are comfortable and then letting go. Perhaps there's a candle or an object that you can focus on to help remember to stay in the moment. We brush aside thoughts of fear, doubt, lack, not enoughness. We let go of any sense of limitation or weakness, worry. We allow love. We absorb love and light, knowing that we are radiant beings and our true nature is love and light. Breathe that in. Breathe that in. We thank you, God, for this beautiful day, for this opportunity to become still, for the moments of grace that we observe during our days, for the moments of blessings, for all our dear ones, for all those that are on our hearts and on our minds. We are so grateful for our connection to the divine, always present. We are so grateful for our ability to send out blessings. Send out light and love. To enfold our planet, all beings in love and well-being. To feel the energy of the universe, the hugs of the divine, the heart love, the deep heart love from which we have come, from which we live, and to which we always return. Taking another deep breath, holding it just as long as we are comfortable, and releasing and letting go and letting go and letting go. As we drop into the stillness, into the quiet, into that place of clear, vibrant, soothing, healing, reassuring, joyful connection with the divine holy all. If thoughts come in, we gently sweep them aside. Opening deeper. Let go of the breath. Begin to come back to the moment if you wish, opening our eyes, perhaps with a stretch. Another big breath. Allowing, maybe shaking it up a little bit, feeling that weaving of us and spirit and us together, even though we are not perhaps together in this room, we are together in consciousness. And if you're feeling the least bit isolated, or many of us wishing we could have some real hugs, know that you're really not alone. I hold my hand up to the camera to send light and love. We bless you here from Unity Athens. And with this song from Jennifer Farron, a Unity classic, we feel that weaving together in unity and in love. If you'd like, hold your hand up to your screen. Someone at the UMass retreat reminded me, don't ask people to touch their screen because I did that and my computer shut down. But we're together in light and love. Feel that energy. We're blessing you. I'm blessing you. Bless each other. Feel that connection. Feel the divine hugging you. Best hugs ever are from the divine. One great tapestry, weaving us together, helping each other, supporting each other, breathing life into this world, breathing health into this world, allowing grand and beautiful and even better things in the days and the months ahead. Thank you for sharing your energy with us. Again, good morning. We're at Unity Athens. If you're just tuning in, I'm Reverend Bronte Colbert, so delighted to be sharing some things this morning about Zeal, our spiritual faculty for October. When I went to ministerial school at Barbara King School of Ministry in Atlanta, we really focused on the 12 powers, and I'm so glad that UnityAthens.org also focuses on the 12 powers. On Sundays in October at Hillside for the Sunday service with the Bishop Dr. Barbara King, many people in the congregation would wear the color of the month, which is orange, which is so appropriate for October. So think orange. Orange has got a lot of power to it, and that chakra is very, very powerful. Here are a couple more quotes from Ram Dass. You are loved for being who you are. You are loved for being who you are, just for existing. And from Charles Fillmore, the highest expression of zeal is an unflagging, fervent interest in knowing, speaking, and doing good. This stopped me when I read this again. I'm like, oh, I'm sure I've read this many times over the years, from 20 plus, 30 plus years of studying unity principles. But doing good as a property of zeal. The highest expression of zeal is an unflagging, moving forward energy, fervent interest in knowing good, speaking good, and doing good. made me ask myself, in what ways can I be doing, speaking, and knowing more good? Certainly with my thoughts, focusing on the good. Certainly on my words, watching my words and what I am projecting out into the world. Watching my judgments, staying away from judgment whenever possible, and doing good, making a difference. I think that's so powerful in itself. When we don't like something we see, or we don't like the way something is occurring, to make a difference, to be one of the helpers in the world, to be one of the ones virtually putting out fires, to be one of the ones virtually offering more freedom to people, to be one of the ones making a difference, taking the high road. Things to think about. Zeal is the impulse to go forward, the urge behind all things. The disciple, so each one of these 12 spiritual faculties has a corresponding disciple outlined in the book, The 12 Powers of Man by Charles Fillmore. And this disciple for zeal is Simon, the zealot, the Canaanite. The color is orange, the location is the back of the head. And Charles gave us an affirmation. I enthusiastically, say that zealously, I enthusiastically accept my good and go forward to achieve my purpose. I enthusiastically accept my good. Okay? Two things to think about right there. Are we being enthusiastic in life? Are we kind of feeling a little bogged down sometimes, maybe from these months of staying at home more than we're used to? Are we enthusiastically accepting our good and going forward to achieve our purpose? Are we moving forward in some kind of way? Mentioned last Sunday that one of the things we can do every day is just to get up and do something positive in our day. If we're feeling isolated or lonely, call a friend. Do a FaceTime chat with a friend or a Zoom, or write a letter to someone. Gosh, how wonderful it is to get a handwritten letter or note in the mail. So grateful here at Unity Athens that we receive thank you notes. And even your messages, not even, but your wonderful messages on these recordings that we're doing, and thanking Kevin for being here. Thank you for being here. Let's remember to enthusiastically accept our good. It means being open to it. That means knowing it's there, allowing it, and going forward to achieve our purpose. And if we're saying, I don't know what my purpose is right now, thought I knew, but whatever, our purpose might just be to be the highest we can be today, in this way, in these ways, in love, in light, and in understanding. One of the lines I've got from unity.org's message on zeal in their 12 Powers section said, our greatest influence on others will be the result of the changes we have made in ourselves. Our greatest influence on others will be the result of the changes we have made in ourselves. When you are filled with spiritual enthusiasm, you are joyous and energetic. Your senses are quickened and awakened to new life, and you have a new feeling of being vitally alive. Your senses are quickened. Charles Fillmore talked about that quickening often, and especially in the book 12 Powers of Man. That when we call on these 12 powers, it's a quickening within us. We can literally call on them as our own disciples, as Jesus called on his 12 disciples, and get that quickening from these different energies, whether it's faith or love or imagination, release, life, order, any of the 12. What can you do today to get more spiritual enthusiasm? I don't know the answer to that. You might feel it. My Aunt Dorothy came to me just a couple of days ago. I was standing in the kitchen, and no, she's no longer in the body, and no, she didn't appear in front of me in the kitchen. But her energy came to me, and I was like, whoa, Aunt Dorothy. I think it's been probably 30 years since she dropped the body. I don't like to say the word death because I don't believe in it. And I was standing there doing some dishes. My dog, Mr. Pancake, and thank you for those of you that knew he had been ill and were sending light and love. He's so much better. He has this habit of making nests around the house. And he loves to get a towel or any kind of covering from the couch and drag it off the couch and make a nest of it. And when he can't find anything to make a nest out of, sometimes he'll take a throw rug and just kind of roll that up and pile it up and then try to sit on top of it. When he went to doggy daycare, they used to call him Mr. Pancake of the Mountain because he would get all the different things in his little area and pile them up and then sit on top. Well, he couldn't find anything else to dig on, so he was scratching at the carpet in the dining room, just scratching. And it doesn't come at that solid carpet. And being in the kitchen, I looked over and I said, "Stop that." And he just kept digging, trying to make that tacked down carpet roll into his mountain. And Aunt Dorothy came to me. That was the point. Because I remember as a teenager, I was so impressed that she allowed my cousin Gail, who was a year or two older than I am, to have a sock hop in their living room. And sock hops were really, really big back then, if that gives you any date of when that might have been, let's say 50s. I was so impressed because I know very well I wouldn't even bother asking my parents if I could have a sock hop in our living room. And as she discussed it with my family of all the fun that they had, she made this comment. I think my mother might have said, well, what about your living room? What about your carpet? And Aunt Dorothy said this: all those feet dancing on my carpet drew up a lot of dust and dirt, so it was really easy to vacuum afterward, and my carpet looked so clean. That's zeal. That is the energy of looking at something and seeing the good in it. That is the energy of allowing young teens or preteens to do what they want. And I guess it's the energy of telling me if my dog feels like scratching at the carpet and I'm really grateful that he's alive, let him go ahead and scratch. My mother comes to me sometimes, but that was the first for Aunt Dorothy. So then I was also thinking of why she was one of my favorite aunts. Why? Because when she came to visit, she would always sit in one particular chair in the living room. She had one arm that didn't work because she was born with it crushed, and I guess they couldn't do anything. So she went through life with one workable arm. But she never let it bother her. And when she came to visit us, my two brothers and I were always over at her side, because when she talked to us deeply. She didn't say things just like, "How are you?" or "How's school?" She would ask deep, inquiring questions like, "What is your favorite color this year? What do you think about this or that? What is it about school that makes you feel good?" Can you feel the energy of those types of questions? That was her quiet zeal. that was her way of connecting so deeply with us. Thank you, Aunt Dorothy, for showing up this week. Zeal is the faculty of enthusiasm, intensity, and exuberance. It provides our inner urge to progress. It is our motivation to achieve. I was mentioning to someone just the other day that was asking me how I was feeling during this time of not doing everything that I was doing a year ago, simply because of health and safety issues that we have going on. I don't like to put names to things too much. And I said, that particular day I felt sort of leaden, Leaden. Just kind of, my energy felt low. The air felt a little heavy. I didn't feel like I was getting anything done. Have you felt like that at all? And that's okay to feel our feelings. But as I was talking to this person, I reminded myself the ways to move out of that energy. 3 things I always like: get out of bed, eat a good meal, maybe take a shower or throw cold water on my face and get outside. It can also be meditation, releasing, letting go of the things that don't seem to serve us. It can also be something as simple, seemingly simple, as looking out our window. I was in a wonderful online Zoom with author Lois Lowry, who's written many books for youth, books of poetry, mostly known for her book, The Giver, which is coming out in a movie. Oh, you're already out in a movie. It was a wonderful interaction. She was at the Unitarian Universalist Church in Milwaukee. I think there were 150 people watching. But she mentioned back in March, when things were just beginning to be known about the virus, that her beloved had been in the hospital for 10 weeks. And it was a tough time for her. She had to kind of be stalwart and move through it. And things didn't seem very hopeful. He did get better, back at home. She said someone suggested to her to go to a site, and you may be familiar with it, called View from My Window. It's on Facebook, might have been on a couple of other social media sites. Very simple premise that while people were staying at home more, to look out their window and take a photo and share it on this site from all over the world. She showed a few examples. I was weeping watching this because it was so poignant to me. This connection we have across the globe with so many people. And while some of the posts were from early April, May, they continued over all these months. Some of you may have heard of it already. Some of you may have done it. And she gave some examples from South Africa, Vietnam, places in Europe. So when the Zoom seminar was over, it's the first thing I went. Sign up, View from My Window. From Mihaela Stonescu, who lives in Povo Valley, Romania. Beautiful view. This was in April. We are in strict quarantine in a small village, but I'm not complaining. We have a wonderful view. We feel safe here. From Sam Stern, Independence, Minnesota. A picture. I wish I could show these on the screen. Maybe we can do that in the future. This is our backyard, he said. And the emergence of the daffodils and return of the birdhouses from winter storage comforted me with the thought that it's finally springtime in Minnesota. Not anymore, Pam Jambeck, right? Pam lives up in northern Minnesota. And it's returning to life. This is a nice respite from so much going on in the world. Another one had a view from her balcony in Bangkok. One more. View from my kitchen window, morning of April 7, Steve's Mountain, New Brunswick, Canada. Colors are drab here after winter, but deer are coaxed out of the woods as the snow disappears. I just learned about this group and am amazed by your views. Thanks for filling my feed with beauty, diverse human perspective, and hope. Hope. Excuse me. That is our world. That is our world. Individual people filling each other with hope. Individual people filling each other with hope. Pierre Dehard de Chardin, who I never pronounced correctly, and I didn't double check how to pronounce that in French this morning. A wonderful monk. He had a huge influence on Jean Houston when she was a girl. Said this: the zest for life, which is the source of all passion and all insight, even divine, does not come to us from ourselves. It is God who has to give us the impulse of wanting God. Again, the highest expression of zeal is an unflagging, fervent interest in knowing, speaking, and doing good. And the priest went on, zest for life must be cultivated through wonder, creative power, and hope for the future. People can express their zest through their daily activities. Are you expressing your zest through your daily activities? And especially their work. You might say, I'm retired, or I'm not working right now, or I'm not working. It's not that kind of work. It's our spiritual work in this world. I hope you take some time and look up more about Zest and Zeal at unity.org. And I hope in this day that your time in meditation earlier brings you those nudges on ways to move forward with joy and grace and hope. May we all learn to turn off the news more. May we all learn to turn on hope more. May we all learn to find more ways to make a difference in this world. I remind myself that all the time. To replace worry with work. To replace disbelief or unbelief with belief. To remember the days and the moments of my life when I was filled with zeal and God's stuff and energy moving forward, and call upon that. Because when we remember those moments, when we remember the energy and the zeal and the positivity and the life-loving joy that we so often feel, it is bound by spiritual law to replicate and duplicate and thrive within us. That is what I know today on Zeal. We are so grateful for the offerings and the donations that are received by Unity Athens. Thank you for supporting this spiritual, I was going to say venture, but adventure feels even better. That feels more zealous. We appreciate your notes of thanks that come in the mail, the checks that come in the mail to our P.O. Box 1662, Athens, Georgia, 30603. In a little bit, Kevin will put that slide up. And all this is on our website at UnityAthens.com. We appreciate the PayPal and the Easy Tithe donations that come in. We appreciate the donations that are dropped off at events like tomorrow's Blessing in a Booklet. We appreciate most of all you holding us in the consciousness of continued thriving. Thank you for that. If you are watching today and have another home faith center that you belong to, support it, especially during these times. If you would like to support Unity Athens, we are very grateful for that. Your support helps us continue. We are so looking forward to the day and months at some point ahead where we can gather in person and feel that energy. We're all about energy here, but we're feeling it today, right through the camera, knowing that things continue to get better. We like to hold our gifts or the thought of our gifts over our heart as we bless them in what we call a sacred exchange, because we know it is an exchange. What we give returns to us multiplied abundantly. Up at the Kanuga retreat, some of the ministers there, while we were doing our virtual filming, were laughing about times when they tried to outgive God, because that's an expression in New Thought. You can't outgive God. Whatever you get is going to come back to you multiplied abundantly. So as we hold our blessings, our gifts, the thought of what you may be intending to donate, the thought of your own abundance over your heart, we can say our sacred exchange affirmation together. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Take a breath. Feel it. I am so blessed. Thank you, whatever you choose to call the divine, infinite spirit, holy all, Mother, Father, God. Amen, and so it is. Thank you for sharing your abundance with Unity Athens. And we have some hearts that sometimes fall in the basket and sometimes fall on the floor, representing the gifts that come in. Thank you for your tithes, your donations, your love offerings, your consistent giving. So grateful for those that have pledged to do that, signed up to do that. And we see it coming back to you because, why? Can't outgive God. As we close today's service, just a reminder again about our 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock tomorrow booklet and a blessing. Thursday class, if you want to pop in, even though it's the last class in the series, you can free to pop in and experience what it's like to be in a Zoom Unity Athens class. We have time for discussion and heart sharing and then book discussion. You won't feel unprepared if you come for that class, and then you might consider joining for future classes. We're not sure what the next book will be next. We send prayers out to our world. Kevin's going to play the peace song in just a moment, knowing that we are blessing all the children in the world, all people on the planet, our beautiful Mother Earth. We see it balanced and healthy and whole. Where there is anything unlike love, we send out love. Where there is anything unlike divine perfect health and healing, we send that out. Perfect health and healing. Where there is anything like worry or concern or doubt or fear, we send out confidence, joy and light and love and zeal. Where there's any doubt or worry about the life of the individual, of yourself, we send out healing properties. Your life is important. You matter. You make a difference in this world just by being you, right now, where you are. Breathe that in and know you make a positive difference in this world. Thank you for being here today. Let's sing Let There Be Peace on Earth together now. We hope to see you tomorrow between 5 and 7 if you're able, or next Sunday. Namaste, blessings, and great big love to you from us. Kevin says hi. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Namaste.